Hello everyone, today I'm going to do some of my cruelty-free favourites. I'm wearing a hat because I'm having a bad hair day. I've done nothing with my hair, like I've literally just brushed it. It's not straightened, it's not curled, it's just annoying me so much. So I put a hat on. Am I in focus? I don't know. I've got quite a lot of cruelty-free favourites. I've been cruelty-free since June last year. Yeah, I think it was June last year, and I do have some non-cruelty free products that I still use, but I haven't like brought anything non-cruelty free since. So I have kind of got like some of my favourites that I've been using since last June, and some things that I've been using since before I went cruelty free that I still use now. So I don't know how many I'm going to do, probably about maybe 10 or something, I don't know. I'm just going to stick some in the video. I'll start with the first one, which is the Barry I don't know why I'm showing it because you can't see it. The Barry M Flawless Matte Finish foundation is the best drugstore foundation that I have ever tried. And I got this last summer, and this is the second bottle I've been through, and I've nearly run out. But I use it all the time. It's the only foundation that I use. It's lightweight. It's got kind of light coverage, which I normally am someone who is like only used to wear high coverage foundations because of like all my spots and stuff. But then I stopped caring, and I don't know, I just prefer this foundation, like lightweight foundations, to high coverage foundations. Barry are one of my favourite brands, and I've been using their nail polish for like years. So I've never tried one of their foundations, and I've tried a lot of foundations from the drugstore before that none of them I got along with, but this is the best one that I've tried, and I use it all the time, besides today, because I thought I'd go try a different foundation today. And I still prefer this one. The next thing is this NYX Born to Glow Liquid Illuminator. And I have this on today, and I love it because it's liquid. And before this, I'd never tried a liquid illuminator. So it was kind of like different for me. And I don't know, I just found it really easy to apply, which at first I didn't think it was going to be easy to apply because it's liquid. This is in the shade Sunbeam. And it's like, it kind of looks not natural, but like, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it's a really good illuminator, and it lasts so long on, and I really like NYX. They're like one of my favourite brands. Okay, so I wanted to do a mix of high-end and drugstore. I have more drugstore products than high-end, but one of my favourite cruelty-free eyeshadows is the Naked 3 palette by Urban Decay, and I got this in 2015 before I went cruelty free. But this is like my favourite palette probably ever because it has such pretty shades that I use a lot. Trick is my absolute favourite shade, and I actually hit pan slightly on it this morning, which I'm surprised I haven't done before because it's like my most used eyeshadow shade ever. But it's just really pretty, although there are some like dark shades that I don't use that often, like Black Heart and Dark Side, those two. I use a lot of the others, especially like the matte shades like Limit and Nuna. Even if I'm not using a shade in this palette, I will still use them with other shades from other palettes. I love like the pink shades. Buzz is one of my favourites, and so is Liar. And Strange is good for like brow highlight and inner corner of your eyes. A powder I love is the MUA Skin Define Matte Perfect Loose Powder, and I've been using this powder since last summer, and I swapped because I had a Rimmel Stay Matte powder. I'm not in focus, am I? I've been using that powder for so many years, and I just kept repurchasing the powder, but when I went cruelty free I thought I need a new one because obviously I can't use that anymore because it's not cruelty free. I didn't buy it when I went cruelty free, so I was looking for a new one, and they had like MUA pressed powders, which I have tried an MUA pressed powder like a few years ago and I hated it. I found the loose powder, and it was only like 99p cheaper than the pressed powder, but you get more in it, and it's really good, and it's lasted me so long, and there's still so much left. And I like to use it like just all over my face, or like to bake underneath my eyes. A primer that I love is the Makeup Revolution Ultra Face Base Primer, and I got this in like November or December time, and I've been using it so much since, and it's a really good primer. I just want a primer simply to keep my makeup in place all day long. This is a 24-hour makeup protection primer, and I've never worn my makeup for 24 hours, so I can't exactly tell you if that's true, but it is a really good primer. It makes my makeup last a lot longer than other primers I've tried. The next one is my Zoeva Cat Eye Eyeliner pen. And I didn't know that Zoeva's makeup was cruelty-free until I googled it. Oh, I've got something in my eye. Pen eyeliner, I don't really get along with liquid. I used to get along with liquid and not pen eyeliner, but as I got more and more into makeup I realised that actually I can't do liquid eyeliner that well. So pen eyeliners are my favourite, and this was from Beauty Bay because here in the UK they don't sell Zoeva in the shop as far as I know, like anywhere. Like they don't sell it in like Boots or Superdrug. It's just a really good pen eyeliner, and it's lasted me a long time. It's easy to use, it's easy to create wings with. It doesn't transfer or smudge, or it doesn't really fade throughout the day. It will fade like a little bit, but it will still look black. Like it won't fade massively. I feel like I'm going to talk a lot about eyeshadows because I have a lot of like cruelty-free eyeshadow favourites. I love eyeshadows and buying eyeshadows and playing around with eyeshadow. My eyeshadow palette favourites is this Makeup Revolution Ultimate Eyeshadow Palette Collection for 2017. It's got 144 shades in it. Like you could possibly not need another eyeshadow palette in your life because it has like every single shade you'll ever need. Well, most of them are like shimmery and glittery more than mattes. I don't know if there are actually any mattes in this. I don't think there are, because the ones that do look like matte, I find that they've got a little bit of shimmer in them. But all of these eyeshadows are so good and they're really pigmented, and I just find that they just work so well. Like I like Makeup Revolution's eyeshadows anyway. I have used like a lot of the shades, but I've used a lot of the same shades. I feel like when it comes to eyeshadows I don't really go out of my comfort zone with like different coloured eyeshadows. I pretty much just stay to like stick with like gold, brown, pink. In here there's a lot of bright pinks, blues, greens, silver. I have never used the silver. There's a lot of different colours, but I really like them all. I don't even know if they still sell this because it was the 2017 one. They might do. I can't even open it. Okay, so the next one is a mascara, and it's a recent favourite of mine, and it's the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. And I had wanted to try this mascara for the longest time, and for Christmas I got the Too Faced Grand Hotel Cafe, and so it came with a deluxe size of the Better Than Sex mascara, and it's a really good mascara and I love it. It is kind of a little bit hard to apply because of the deluxe size, but besides that it's really good, and it makes my lashes really long, although you can't really see my lashes because I'm wearing a hat. The bristles on the, what's it called, wand, they're like long and short. They get into like your lashes and they separate them really nicely, but look how short the wand is. That's why I find it hard, because I feel like it's gonna like hit my cheek or something. But this is a really good mascara, and I found that it doesn't transfer, because I had some problems with mascara before, that it would transfer underneath like here, and yeah, I love it. Okay, I haven't done a lip product yet, so we'll do one of them. One of my favourite liquid lipsticks is the NYX Liquid Suede Cream lipstick in the shade Sandstorm, which I'm wearing today. And I do have a lip cream and a lip lingerie lipstick from NYX as well, but this one is my like all-time favourite, and to be honest I'm surprised I still have any left in it because it's pretty much the only lipstick I've been wearing like since I got it early last year. They're really good liquid lipsticks and they apply really easy, and I find this one isn't drying at all and it's easy to apply, and I really like the brush, the wand, whatever it's called, because it like bends up at the end, which makes it a lot easier to apply. I also feel like I don't need to wear a lip liner with this because I overline my lips, although I didn't really overline them that much today. I do overline my lips just because I don't like them, so I overline them, but normally I'd use a lip liner, but this one I don't really feel like I need to because the wand is just easy to overline with itself, if that makes any sense. Lipstick as well lasts so long. I don't know, I just love it. Next favourite is these two concealers by LA Girl, and I have a lighter one and a darker one. So I have the shade Porcelain to highlight underneath my eyes and stuff like that, and I have the shade Toast to contour with. And these are really, really, really good concealers. They have a attachable brush, which some people won't like, and to be honest I do prefer the doe foot applicators, but it does work well. And they're just really easy to apply and blend in. I love how like creamy and easy it is to blend in. I was like really surprised when I first tried it, and I don't know why I was so surprised, but they're just really good concealers, and I've been using it since last summer, and I do feel like it's lasted me a really long time. I use this concealer to obviously like highlight underneath my eyes and stuff, and prime my eyelids before I put eyeshadow on, and to cover up any mess around my eyebrows. So it does like do a really good job of all of that, and I don't know, I just love these concealers. I contour using Toast, but I don't apply it straight to my face because I found like it just left a line, and it also, I feel like the shade is a bit too dark for me. But I do put a little bit onto my old beauty blender that I don't use anymore because it's like falling apart. But then I like dab it onto my cheeks, bones, and blend it in like that, and it works really, really well. I'm going to do some more eyeshadow palettes, but I'm going to do like these together. They're from the Too Faced Christmas Grand Hotel Cafe set. And there's 3 palettes. They come with 18 eyeshadows across 3 palettes, 2 blushes and a bronzer. And so far I've only used the eyeshadows. I've never used a blusher before, so I need to play around with these. And I haven't used the bronzer yet. There's 3 palettes. This one's called Gingerbread Cookie, and they have like the scents, so like it smells like gingerbread. And there's Eggnog Latte, which smells like eggnog latte. And there's Peppermint Mocha, that smells like peppermint mocha. They're all Christmas themed, but they're just really good eyeshadows. They're the first Too Faced eyeshadows I've tried, and the mascara was the first Too Faced mascara that I've tried because they're the first Too Faced products that I've had. Okay, so another lipstick that is one of my favourites is my NARS Montego Bay lipstick, and this is the only NARS product that I own. I do really love this lipstick. It's like a pinky nude, and it's a matte lipstick, and I love it. It's a really pretty shade, and it lasts so long. And I don't like the look of NARS's packaging because it's like matte black, and I use it all the time. Okay, I haven't talked about eyebrow products yet. So one of my favourite eyebrow pencils is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and I hadn't used a brow pencil in years because I got my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade, but I wanted a brow pencil for like days where I needed to be quicker with doing my eyebrows because the Dip Brow Pomade took me quite a while to do, because it's just harder to apply than a brow pencil, I find. So I got this NYX one, and I've used it way more than my Dip Brow Pomade, which I thought I wasn't going to. I do. It's got like a spoolie on one end, which is good. I've never tried a spoolie before this, so I can't really compare it to any others. And then the brow pencil, which is on the other end, which is a really thin one, which is good because then it gets into like all like the small bits of your eyebrows and stuff. But this is, I think, supposed to be a dupe of the Anastasia Brow Wiz. Another eyeshadow palette that's my favourite is the Makeup Revolution Flawless palette. But this one is just really, really pretty, and it's a mix between matte and shimmery shades. I prefer shimmery shades. I used to use this a lot more than I do now, but that's because I've got the Too Faced ones and I've been playing around with them. There's 32 eyeshadows in here, which is really, really good, because it was like £8, so 32 eyeshadows for £8 is really good. And Makeup Revolution sell really, really, really good eyeshadows because they're all like really pigmented and they blend well and they last long. So you're definitely like £8 for 32 eyeshadows that are really good is really good. Another mascara I love is the Barry M Feature Length Mascara, and this is fairly new. I got it I think a week after it was released last year. And look how pretty the packaging is. It's like gold, but it's got like these, I don't know what this pattern's called. But the brush is really long and thin, which separates your lashes really well, and it makes them really long. The bristles aren't really that long. The packaging is quite heavy because it's like metal. I love this mascara because, I don't know, it doesn't transfer either, which is a big positive because I hate mascaras that transfer over time. It dries really quickly as well. One of my favourite mascaras that I've tried. Okay, so some more eyeshadows. The MUA, what they're called, like mono single eyeshadows, are some of my favourites because these were only £1 and they are amazing eyeshadows. They're really pigmented and they're creamy and they're easy to apply and they last a long time. I do have 3, but these 2 are my most used and favourite. This is the shade Bronze and Chamois, and I have Gold as well, I think, but I don't really use that as much as these 2. They're just really, really good eyeshadows because, like I said, they were £1 and they're really, really good. Like, you don't need to use a lot, like a little goes a long way. I apply it with mostly my finger, although when I have fake nails it's kind of hard, but they just apply really nicely and quickly and smoothly, and it's just so good. Okay, so another Makeup Revolution favourite is the highlighter palette, and I love the highlighters. They're really, really good and they're really pigmented. This one's got 3 highlighters in. I do have a single one which I got before this, and then I realised that they have the 3 Vivid Baked ones in one palette, so I got that. I use them a lot. I probably use them now less than my liquid illuminator, but I still use them quite a lot because they are really good. But my favourite one is this one, which is Golden Lights. There's Golden Lights, Peach Lights and Pink Lights. I have Peach Lights, which is that one. But I barely use the other 2. I mostly use Golden Light. But I do love these, and I don't know, they're just really good. And if you like all 3 of their Vivid Baked highlighters, then this is definitely worth buying. Okay, lastly we have the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade, aka one of my favourite products ever. And I don't use it as much as I used to, but it's still one of my favourites because, like I said, with the pencil eyeliner I've been using that a lot more because it's quicker. But I do love this pomade. I got this in 2015 and it's lasted me that long, although I do think it's starting to dry up a little bit. There is a lot of product in this, so I use it with a small eyebrow brush and it works really, really well. I do feel like this shade is a little bit too dark for me. It kind of makes my eyebrows look more bold, whereas the pencil doesn't. Like, I think it's just the shade is just too dark for me. It's soft brown. I probably could have done with a little bit of a lighter one, but it's still really, really good and I still use it often. And I did use it for like a year straight. No other eyebrow product, just this, and it's fine, but I love it. Just need a new one in a better shade that probably isn't dry, because I can imagine this being dry because I haven't used it in a few weeks. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit long and it's pretty much taken up my whole camera card, but I did try and talk through things quite quickly because I knew that I had a lot of things to show. I didn't know how much I wanted to show, but I just kind of like threw everything in there. I hope you liked this video and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.